We view the bike as more than more than just a piece of hardware. It's a feeling, and it's something that's important to us. And we get into some other people put it better than we can. We saw a presentation the other day where they talked about Albert Einstein's quote about the bicycle, where he said that I thought of that on a bike, and what he was talking about was a theory of relativity. And John F. Kennedy says there's nothing as great as a simple pleasure of riding a bike. And those things tell you that the bike's more than just wheels and a frame, more than a machine. It's expression of freedom. And we consider the bike a real lifestyle. It's not a mode of transportation like a car. A car is something you buy and go through. A bike's something that you don't use just to get to point A to point B. Is more about the journey. On a bicycle you can go, we like to say on a bicycle you can go a short distance in a great time, or a great distance. Oh, got that all backwards. We say on a bicycle you can go a great distance in a short time, or a short distance in a great time. It really is just all about getting out and experiencing things at a little bit slower pace, feeling the air, feeling the speed, feeling the power and the excitement. And of course you get the normal exercise benefits. The endorphins kick in, and you just feel more alive riding a bike. I left corporate life after a fun, exciting career, but in corporate life it was all about accumulating money, and that really only lasts a little bit. After that you start losing your soul. What we really wanted to do when we decided to open Mad Duck was do something that excited us, that we thought about we could do every day. And of all things, we were on a sailboat in the Caribbean talking about what are we going to do for our next corporate startup, and it hit me that I didn't have another one in me. It was time to do something for us. And so we sat down and said, what are the things we enjoy doing most? And that's really a lot harder to do than people think when you talk about what do I really like doing. But for me, the answer was pretty easy. I loved riding a bike when I was a kid. I love doing it now, and I just wanted to be around them. The funny thing, when we opened the store, the one thing none of us realized was we were getting into retail. We just thought we were getting into bicycle lifestyle, and that's how we built it. That's why our store looks a little different. We create a place we'd like to think of as somebody's second home, or maybe their first place other than home, where you would go. We thought we wanted to create that place where people could come and hang out, spend the day, ride their bike, talk about riding bikes, talk about what they saw, what they did on the bike. And I never considered myself going to a retail store and hanging out. It'd be the last thing I'd do. In fact, if I could go without going in a store the rest of my life, I'd be happy, other than my own. We just tried to create a place that people can live the lifestyle of bicycles, talk about riding, ride, play with equipment, exaggerate about their rides, the speeds. When everybody's riding a bike, there's something different going on in their head other than the bike ride. So we find people are out riding talking about they're in the Tour de France in their head when they're on a bike, or they're in that epic mountain bike race in their head, even if it's just them. And you can even get lost here in the middle of Dallas-Fort Worth on one of our mountain bike trails and feel like you're riding Trans-Alps, or you're in the Rockies, and in fact you may be 100 yards from a freeway. It's just an escape.